What's going on, guys? Today I will be making a video on NIO. So if you guys are paying attention to the markets today, NIO has dropped over 6% today. NIO is currently sitting at $4.46, and today is Tuesday, April 16th, 2019. So we're going to be taking a look at NIO, and I'll be giving you my opinion whether I think NIO is currently a buy, sell, a hold, and we'll be talking about why NIO is currently crashing. So NIO is currently at its new 52-week lows at $4.46. So the real question is, how low is NIO going to go? Is it going to continue to crash, or is NIO ready to recover? So before we get this video started, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I upload almost daily. So as you can see from this chart, NIO had a support at around $6. And NIO has been consistently bouncing off the support until recently, where we broke below that support. And for a few weeks, we were using the $5 line as a support line. And just recently, which is today, we broke below the $5 support line. So the question is, how low is NIO going to go? That's a very hard question to answer, but we could look into why NIO has been crashing and all the reasons why it could continue to decline. I did mention before, if NIO goes to around $4, I would consider adding to my position. I have a very small position with NIO. It's about 2% of my portfolio, and I'm currently averaged at $5.40 right now. So I am down around 17% with NIO right now. So to all the NIO shareholders, I'm in this roller coaster with you guys. So now looking at these charts, NIO does seem to be oversold. There's a lot of volume, a lot of red volume, and it does look like NIO seems to be oversold. But we also have to keep in mind that NIO is a speculation stock. This is a fairly new company that IPO'd last year. Could NIO go back up to $10, $15? Yes, it has the potential to do it, especially because of the industry that it's in. It's an auto and trucks manufacturer in the EV industry. So I do think electrical vehicles are the future. Tesla has proven themselves, and let's keep in mind, Tesla, its first couple of years, Tesla was not profitable. Even to this date, Tesla has not had a profitable year. Yes, they've had a few profitable quarters, but it's taken Tesla over 5 years to become a profitable company, and they're still not a profitable company. They've just had a few good quarters here and there. So NIO is still in its early stages, so we have to keep that in mind. Why has NIO dropped so much? One reason is, if you read the headlines, all you see is law firm reminds investors of class action on behalf of shareholders, NIO. Class action reminder. I'm not sure if they're consistently dropping this on purpose, because obviously that has affected the stock in a way. And if you guys don't know what this class action lawsuit is, the lawsuit alleges that NIO made materially false and or misleading statements and or failed to disclose that NIO would not be building its own manufacturing plant and would instead continue to rely on GAC Auto to manufacture its vehicles. So reductions in government subsidies for electric cars would materially impact NIO's sales. So as a result, defendants' statements about NIO's business operations and prospects were materially false and misleading at all relevant times. So this is one of the big reasons as to why NIO has been dropping, because of this lawsuit. So no one really knows what's going to happen with this lawsuit. Obviously, it is a concern for NIO investors, but we're just going to have to wait and find out what happens in the future. So another reason as to why NIO is dropping is China reduces electric car subsidies. China's Ministry of Finance announced the changes in a statement on its website with Bloomberg, noting that the subsidy for pure battery electric cars with a driving range of 400 kilometers, which is 250 miles, and above will be cut in half, 25,000 yuan, which was around $3,700 American per vehicle, from 50,000 yuan. So pretty much in half. Electric cars must now have a range of at least 250 miles to qualify for any subsidy. So the reason China has done this is because they hope that this move will encourage innovation and improve technology to sell EVs, which I don't believe. I just think a lot of people were taking advantage of these subsidies, and China doesn't want to pay that much money out. So that could be a main reason. And this really affected NIO in a big way. But one thing I am going to mention is, in NIO's last earnings, they did bring up this point, and they mentioned that this could affect the company negatively. So there's a little bit more information on these subsidies. So subsidies on NEVs with a driving range of 250 to 300 kilometers have been reduced to 18,000 yuan from 34,000 yuan. For cars with a range between 300 to 400 kilometers, the subsidies have been cut by a much sharper 60% to 18,000 yuan from 45,000 yuan earlier. And cars with a driving range of 400 kilometers and more, the subsidy has been cut by 50% to 25,000 yuan. And battery powered cars with a range of less than 250 kilometers will not receive any subsidy at all. On the other hand, the reduced subsidies will force buyers to pay more for an electrical car and affect sales in the coming months. So this news alone was not enough to bring this company down to the price that it's at now. NIO has not been a profitable company. And off the top of my head, from what I remember, NIO has lost over $3 billion last year. So a company that consistently continues to lose money, trading at a $5 billion valuation, it wouldn't surprise me to see this stock go back down to $4, even potentially $3. But of course, the more this company goes down, the more attractive it is. Because even looking at NIO's numbers now at $4.44 with a market cap of $5 billion, total shares outstanding $1.05 billion. They have a price to revenue of 6.7, price to sales of 6.7, and a price to book of 4.89. Those numbers don't look bad. Total assets of $2.76 billion. If NIO went all the way down to $3, they would have a $3.15 billion valuation, which would make this company a lot more attractive. But let's keep in mind, if NIO continues to drop, investors will be worried that this company could potentially be going bankrupt. So another thing is that NIO plummeted 18% in after hours in New York after reported late Tuesday that sales have been sluggish so far this year. It also scrapped plans to build a factory in China, which is what we talked about earlier about the lawsuit. The company's SUV, the ESA, only reached 1,600 in sales in the first 2 months of this year, which it said represented a greater than anticipated slowdown. It blamed the slump on uncertainty over government subsidies for electric vehicles, China's slowing economy, and disruption caused by the Lunar New Year holiday in February. But Chief Financial Officer Luis warned that NIO expects the weakness to continue into the second quarter of this year. Some more bad news with NIO is that EVs can sometimes fall far short of advertised ranges. So despite being billed as capable of going 335 kilometers on a single full charge, the ESA didn't get anywhere near that when driving on a freeway at speeds of above 100 kilometers per hour. He said, adding that after 180 kilometers, there was only a 50-kilometer range left. We had to charge the car once and drove with a high level of anxiety throughout, constantly having to keep an eye on the range meter, the 44-year-old manager of a property firm said. Towards the end of the trip, he shut off the air conditioner and the audio system to preserve power. I wouldn't want to do that kind of trip again, ever. So unhappy was Wang, who paid 481,000 yuan, which is $71,700 for the vehicle. He sold it, and he and his wife have bought a Lexus NX300H gasoline electric vehicle SUV. So that alone doesn't look good for NIO. The fact that they advertise that their car will go over 335 kilometers, and these people struggle to go on a 200-kilometer trip. But on NIO's defense, NIO said in an email statement that the ESA can travel more than 200 kilometers when constantly driven at 100 kilometers per hour, and that battery swap stations are available for quick recharging. The statement did not address NIO advertising of 335 kilometers on a single full charge. In real-world conditions, all electric cars can sometimes fall short of advertised ranges, car engineers say. That's particularly so when driving at length of freeways or hilly terrain and in or hot, cold weather. So to conclude this video, NIO has obviously had a very bad day today, continues to decline. They do seem to be a little oversold. As you can see, a lot of volume here, a big red bar here, a lot of red volume here. They do look to be oversold. That doesn't mean that NIO is going to bounce back up. I personally will be holding onto my shares. I'll be waiting to see if NIO goes below $4, and then I'll be adding to my position. Keep in mind, this is a highly speculative stock. I don't want to make this position any more than $5,000 because at that point, I'd be very concerned to see this company go bankrupt and me lose all my money. So I'm willing to risk $5,000 max. So far, I've invested a little over 2,000 into NIO, so it's a very small speculative position. So I've pretty much given myself 3 more opportunities to add to my NIO position, which I will be adding $1,000 at a time. So my next buying point for NIO will be $4. I do obviously hope NIO to bounce back, eventually reach all-time highs or even beat them at $10.50. Keep in mind, this is a company in its very early stages. Also keep in mind that Tesla, when they first IPO'd, they were also not a profitable company. A lot of people bashed on Tesla, said this company was going nowhere. And look at Tesla now. I'm not saying NIO is the next Tesla, even though they've been called the Tesla of China, but anything is possible. Do I think this company has a chance of going bankrupt? Absolutely, which is why I want to have a very small position. Do I think this company is going back to $10.50? I wouldn't be investing in this company if I didn't think that was possible. So at this point, anything's possible. Let me know what you guys think about NIO. How low do you think NIO is going to go? Do you think they're going to go back down to $4 or even $3? Or how low do you think NIO is going to go? Or do you think this is just a red day and they're going to immediately bounce back up? Let me know your opinion on NIO. But anyways, that's it for NIO. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to smash that notification bell, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye-bye.